Hi Virgo, welcome to your mid-January 2022 general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Skills Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Virgo. This will not resonate with every Virgo that watches this message, and because this reading is general, not every single message may be for you. So please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. If this reading is not for you at all, Virgo, I highly suggest checking out your other signs in different placements. Hi, cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Virgo. Who wouldn't be? I like to remind Virgo and cross watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply makes me feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the rules are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You are more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. Alright Virgo, let's go ahead and get this reading started by using my sound bowl to clear the energy, as always. So if you are listening to this using headphones, I do suggest turning down the volume just for this part because I don't want your ears to hurt. So let's get this going. Alright, so for this reading, Virgo, I am tuning into an energy that's in or around your energetic field of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now at this time. Let's see why they're coming through and what will be happening in the end of January for you guys in love and romance. So let's get one more shuffle in here. Alright, so tell me about who's coming into Virgo's energy, why they'll be coming in, what will be happening for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or anyone dealing with a Virgo. Tell me about this energy, Spirit. Woo! Okay, Virgo, it is the reconciliation card, and I'm not surprised to see this as we are in Mercury retrograde. Someone wants to reconcile with you. Someone wants to get back together with you. It's in the air, right? And what it says is someone from your past is returning to your life. So, yeah, I already see the letter A, first, middle, last initial. May mean something to someone, doesn't have to. But someone's been thinking about doing this for a long time. Like this being in the clouds, like they've been thinking about how to return to you, what to say to you. Since you guys have been apart, you have not been off their mind. You know, it almost feels like Pisces energy, but may mean something to you, doesn't have to, but just like that fantasy, that thought. And for some reason now is making them the time to come back, to say something, to make it up to you, reconcile with you. You haven't heard from this person for a while. Definitely. It feels like 6 months. Maybe you haven't talked to them for like since 6 months ago, or I don't know, but it feels like you never thought this person would come back, or that, like, I don't know. Reconciliation is in the air for my Virgos. And for some of you, I do feel you've been missing them, but you were not going to be the one to make the first move. That was already in your decision. You were going to wait for them. If it was meant to be, great. If not, I'll continue doing myself. Here they are. So let's go ahead and see with the tarot what they have to say. So this is going to be how they feel about you. What do they think about you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you? All right, Virgo, here we go. Okay, so for all sorts, communication, you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you have a lot of air in your chart. It does not have to be the case, but first four cards are air signs. Okay, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Pisces energy, Cancer energy. So yeah, I feel even though you guys have been apart, you still felt each other's energy very, very strongly. They did not want to reveal it to you in the past. They didn't think it was the right time. But, you know, there's these constant visualizations, constant memories, or even just the universe has been sending them signs about you two, and they could not like hide or run away from you. Even if they try to stop thinking about you, think about this connection with you, there was something that constantly reminded them about you, whether it was a specific song, seeing your name everywhere, seeing things that constantly reminded them of you. But I do feel, Virgo, maybe deep down you knew this person was always going to come back, but you kind of like gave up on waiting for them. You weren't going to like put all your, hold your last breath type of thing just for them to come back, but you always had this gut feeling that business wasn't over, that this wasn't meant to end, and maybe you were just waiting for them to grow up, for them to realize it. But I think too, like your silence, Virgo, you not reaching out to them is urging this on, this need to hear from you, this need to see if you still feel the same. I think like both of you were trying to not hold out, or you guys were holding out on not reaching out to each other, but that didn't work. They're folding, and they're giving in to their desires and wants and needs for you. And this also tells me with the High Priestess as well, is that there's been a strong psychic telepathic connection between the two of you. Maybe you've had dreams about each other. Maybe you feel like you just feel their energy so strongly all around you all the time. They feel it too. It's reciprocated, okay, as far as that energetic cord goes. But yeah, they've been hiding. They've been hiding. They've been trying to not look at your stories. They've been trying to not go back to the photos of you guys and reminisce, but the urge and the need is getting stronger and stronger every day they're not talking to you. But yeah, definite psychic telepathic energy with the High Priestess. It was never said these last few months, years maybe, I don't know, but it was always deeply felt. Deeply felt. Someone has a white couch or a cream couch. That's coming through very strongly. You still kind of wonder if you can trust this person though with the High Priestess and everything that I see on the spread. You're still kind of like, is this for real? This person coming back? Are they being true with their intentions? Like, this person always kind of left you guessing, Virgo. And that's what you kind of didn't like about this person, or the connection, was the constant wondering and the guessing. So let's see. How they feel about you is the King of Swords. Interesting, Aquarius energy. So they feel very, like, with the King of Swords, it's always someone that is honest, upfront, who acts with integrity. So with this, how they feel about you, it's like, Virgo, they have this need, or this knowing that they need to make things right with you, especially if they ended things with no closure, with you not knowing what happened. Like, why did we stop talking? Why did you break up with me? Why did this all end? They feel like they owe you an explanation. They owe you a reason. And during this time of separation, because they are coming out as a king, I do feel they've done some growth. They've done some reflection. They've come to an understanding. And I think that they feel they have to be honest and genuine with you if this attempt at shooting in the dark is going to work and hit the mark with you. They're going to be brutally honest about their feelings and about the reasons why they couldn't be the person you needed them to be in the past, but they're coming back now different. That's how it feels. And they're going to put it all out there openly. And I do feel, even if it does embarrass them, shame them in some way, they're still going to give you the truth. And what I mean by that is, like, say if things ended because you guys got in this small fight and they took it way overboard and just ended it because of that, they'll give you that explanation. They owe it to you, is what I'm hearing, to be honest and upfront. I'm hearing Days Go By Dirty Vegas. I don't know if you know that song, or if Vegas resonates with you guys in any way. Look up that song. It's a good song, and it may resonate with you in regards to this situation. But what they think about you is Three of Swords. Libra energy. Yeah, so things did not end greatly with you guys. It wasn't like not that like breakups are ever super great, but something really ended where it made someone feel really hurt. And maybe Virgo, they kind of think of this situation as you breaking their heart. Whatever happened, someone was left heartbroken, someone was left devastated, wanting answers but not getting them in the time they thought, or that they wanted it the most, right? And they know that like their reappearance or them coming back is going to bring up these old feelings maybe. And I think they are going to speak their pain. They're going to speak their sadness of what it was like without you, or, taking accountability for the pain that may have been caused in this. If they do, I don't know, Virgo, did you move on to someone else or like have more interest in someone else in the meantime? Because maybe they kind of feel a little sad that you did move on or that you are developing feelings for someone else. So, they may be trying to come back in just to throw that in the mix to get you to choose them over someone else maybe. I think with the Three of Swords, there's going to be a lot of conversation around the pain that was caused or the hurt or what wasn't said, what wasn't spoken. It's all going to be revealed. They know they have to with how they feel about you being the King of Swords. There's no way around it. Not if they want to make amends with you. Also with this Three of Swords and the High Priestess, I really do think they were doing their best to wait for you to do it, but there was no way. I'm kind of seeing, you see how she's looking out the window there? And then there's like this boarded off kind of gate. I almost feel like it's like a drawbridge where once you were kind of open and every day that went by, that drawbridge kind of slowly pulled up. And maybe like, I'm not going to reach out. They have to be the ones. They know they were the ones that messed up, screwed up. They want any of this back. They're going to have to do it. And so like seeing that you were so completely closed off or not even willing to reach out or say anything kind of hurt their feelings, even though if they did know they were the ones that should have. But just saying for someone out there. What they like about you is the Page of Swords. So this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. For some of you, this kind of indicates that maybe you were kind of checking out their social media. They saw the times you were looking at their stories. And that kind of gave them the indication that, maybe you still do think about them. But for most of you with this Page of Swords, you are the conversation starter usually. You will bring about like tough topics to talk about, discuss, be real. You are a real person. You speak what's on your mind. You don't hold a lot back. And they do find your humor to be like clapbacky. What I mean by that is like if they ever saw you get in like a little debate with someone or even with them, you always have some good clapbacks that put people in kind of their place in a way. You may not, I don't know why I'm kind of getting this image of someone who may be smaller, but even if they view you to be a smaller person, like you pack a punch, or that you are not someone to mess with. You will be, and not in like, again, a low vibrational way, but you're not to be walked all over. You do speak up, you do speak out, and you do say what you have to say. What they don't like about you is the Six of Swords, Aquarius energy. So it appears that to them, you've already started to move on. That you did make the change in your life you needed to make, and whether they witnessed this through watching you on social media or hearing about you when they ask like mutual friends, maybe some of your family members, I don't know, they see like, yeah, Virgo's doing good. Virgo's doing well. They've done a move, they've done a change, they've been dating even. And that really upset them. That really made them feel really sad that you did move on, even though they kind of left you no choice for some of you, right? And with the Six of Swords, of course, it's a movement card, just like the Eight of Wands, Chariot, whatever. You may have moved away, moved to a different city, a different state. And others of you, maybe there was problems in the connection because you guys did live farther apart from each other. It could be overseas, but it feels more like a few hours of a drive, right? With the Six of Swords. Or someone has to take the train or like a subway, I don't know. Travel was always an issue between the two of you for some. What they like about this connection with you, Virgo, is the Page of Cups. So water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. What I feel with this card is like the feelings are always there. They always still have had feelings for you despite all that has happened, what has fallen apart, what you guys haven't said, like the feelings still existed between the two of you, or that's how they felt. That the attraction would never go away. That, I don't know, just what has existed between the two of you, the good times is something they think about, and they just get this energy from this connection that like we'll always care about each other. We'll always have feelings for one another. With this Page of Cups too, Virgo, I feel for some of you, you were there when they needed you the most. During like a really bad or tough situation, you lifted them up, you supported them, you helped heal them. You always made them feel better when they felt crappy, stressed, worried, anxious, sad. You always knew how to cheer them up, getting them their favorite food or taking them to their favorite place or renting their favorite movie or that type of thing. And that's what they really liked about this connection. But with two pages here, this could be the person you have a child with. Not for everyone, but for some of you, this is coming through very strongly, and you have been a good parent to their child. But others of you, yeah, it's just like the feelings will never die for you. They'll always be there, and because they're still continuing, they're still, even for some, growing. That's why they're giving this another chance. They want to give this another go with you. I don't know why I get this feeling like they feel like they owe it to you after all this time. And I don't know, Virgo, we could talk about it forever about why all of a sudden now they think it's the best time, why all these feelings are kind of coming across right now so potent. But this is what's making them want you right now the most, is through the memories, through the emotions that you were the one to bring about within them, not anyone else. And that they're still very, very ripe, right? But what they don't like about the connection is the Emperor. The Emperor's been coming out a lot for these readings. So Aries energy. Virgo, maybe what kind of created the separation between the two of you was you asking them to step up, or to do more, or to be more, to put more action into it, to be more responsible. And for some reason that made them retreat, that made them pull away. Again, it could have just been a whole maturity thing, right? There's two pages here, and now there's the King of Swords and the Emperor. There was some growth that they had to do that maybe at the time when you guys were together, they weren't wanting to do. They didn't want to step up and to be in your life that way you wanted them to. And I think, again, I don't usually get this feeling with this card, but it's coming up now, is this like shame of what they didn't do for you, how they couldn't hold it down for you, how they couldn't be there for you the way you were there for them. And then again, too, with the Emperor, always there could be father issues, issues with your father, I don't know. That's coming through strongly as well. I also get this energy with the Emperor. There could have been an issue with possessiveness and control. that they felt from you or you felt from them, that was always something that came out of insecurity, that came out of immaturity. But that's coming through very strongly here as well. So, highest hopes is the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy. They want to get out of this rut for you. Again, like since you guys have been apart, since you haven't spoken, they've been feeling the need to make it right, to reach out, to be back with you, because their feelings were still there. But the thoughts worried them. The thoughts made them stuck. The rejections, what you would say to them that they weren't ready to hear. You know, other people saying, oh yeah, you guys, you ended it in the past, you should keep it in the past. Yeah, Virgo, I mean, even some of them, you know, you felt hurt, but some of them may have gone to a therapist over this connection with you, or seeing a therapist, which there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, if they do see a therapist, you've been the conversation within their sessions. But I think there's this urge to not hold back anymore, to not stay stuck anymore. And, you know, I always do this metaphor of you're never going to hit a home run if you're not willing to get up to the plate and try to swing, try to make that hit. So I think they are kind of building up the courage to reach out. Others of you, they already have. Maybe started Mercury retrograde, maybe the start of January. And it's still kind of rocky, right? But this is why they came back, is because they still care. But there's a lot of fears and tensions and stress around this that I think is existing from how it ended between the two of you, what wasn't spoken, what wasn't addressed here. I also feel, you know, some sort of issues around, I usually don't feel this with the Eight of Swords either, but there could have been addiction issues, alcohol, drugs that someone's trying to recover from. But it could also just be nervous, anxious, anxieties, depressions that someone has trouble fighting or even letting you know about. And instead of kind of being open to communicating that, they pushed you away or sabotaged it. And they're afraid that, did they do too much, and is this something that they can salvage? And they're hoping they can. But deepest fears is the Hanged Man. Pisces energy. That they'll remain stuck. And you'll leave them hanging. You won't even respond to them wanting to reach out to reconcile. That they won't get an answer from you. And here they are remaining in this uncomfortable place of knowing what they could have had, should have done. But that still wasn't enough, or even that's what they'll remain living with, is that constant thought of, I should reach out to Virgo, I should apologize to Virgo, I still have feelings for Virgo, but still not acting on it, and leaving this whole connection in limbo. I think that's the biggest fear on both ends in some sort of way. Anyway, to see the likely outcome of this situation, Virgo, what's likely to happen and unfold, we're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to see the likely outcome of this situation and what's likely to happen and unfold. What are they likely to do when they come back? Are they going to be back, or are they still going to be stuck trying to build up the courage to reach out anyway? I'm going to overturn this card here, and I'm going to pull some oracle cards as well to dive deeper into this connection, to see what the purpose of this connection was, if there is still anything that will give you further advice on what to do with this. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find a link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Virgo, I really hope that this has given you some clarity, insight, healing, and guidance in regards to what may be unfolding in your love life right now or very soon. If it did, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Virgo, very much. And I'll see you next time. Take care, Virgo.